Hi, this is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. Welcome back. So in this lesson I'm going to pick 5 techniques to pimp your bass lines. So if you think your bass lines are sounding a bit boring, you need some inspiration, then this is a video for you. Keep watching, I'll give you 5 techniques, I'll run through examples, I'll play you some bass lines that use these techniques, and I'll give you plenty of stuff to go away and practice. So keep watching. Okay, so the first technique we're going to look at is muted notes. So a muted note is a note that doesn't ring fully. So if I play you the start of the Hotel California bass line by the Eagles. So you hear that, the bass line just wouldn't be the same without those muted notes. So first of all, I'll show you. So if we start on the B, so that's the 7th fret of the E string. So if we play that B there, now if you want to make that into a muted note, you just, with your left hand, just press down lightly. So you pluck the same with your right hand, so your left hand, you just press down very lightly on the string and you'll get that sort of percussive sound. So if we practice, so we use the first 3 notes of the bass line. So we're going to play B, which is the 7th fret of the E string, and then we're going to play F sharp, that's the 5th note, so that is the 9th fret of the A string, and then we're going to play the octave, which is the 9th fret of the D string. So we've got those 3 notes. Now we just practice all of those as muted notes, so you're going to press all your fingers down lightly. So we're just using this as an exercise really, to see if you can get that so you don't get any note tones at all. So practice that a bit, and we'll just try it on the B actually. So we'll try. So it's just an exercise to get you to practice those muted notes. So we're going to play a B. So you play the note and then 2 muted notes. So B, 2 muted notes, and then 2 Bs, and then 2 muted notes. So really these are just exercises to get you used to playing these muted notes. So the bass line, and you hear, so it uses the muted note coming back down. So it's the second for last note, that's the muted note. So you've got that pattern here. So you play B, so you've got B, F sharp, and B. So B, B, F sharp, B, F sharp, B, muted note, F sharp. So that's where the muted note is on that. And if you're interested, just let me know below or email me at info@gregsbassshed.com and I'll do a video on Hotel California. So if you think that's something you're interested in, just let me know. So that covers muted notes. So the second technique we can look at are slides. Now you've got long slides, short slides, quick slides. You can slide from below, you can slide from above. So you hear these quite a lot. It's just quite a good thing to throw in really. So often, if you're sliding up to the note, it's best to use the 4th. So if we look at this bass line, so D on the 10th fret of the E string, and the 4th is the 10th fret on the string below. So that's the 4th. And if we find that note down below the D, it's down there. So. Just sounds like quite a nice note to come up from the 4th. So if we play this one, so we're playing D, C, A and G. So D is the 10th fret, C is the 8th fret, A is the 5th fret, and G is the 3rd fret. So we're going to slide up from the G to the D. So we just put them slides in all over the place. It does mess with your technique a bit because you're using the first finger quite a lot to slide up, or your full finger. Doesn't really matter though, just anything to get a good sound really. So we can do, often you can actually do a slide just for up 2 frets. So this one we're doing a D up to the octave D. So we're playing D on the E string, 10th fret, and the 12th fret on the D string. That's the D there as well. And we're just sliding up from the 10th fret. And then we're playing up there, playing the F on the G string. So D, D, C, D, F, D, C, D. So slide from the C to the D. If you use your 3rd finger, then your 1st finger's in the right place for that F. Okay. Right, now we're going to look at hammer-ons and pull-offs. So a hammer-on is when you don't pluck with your right hand and just literally hammer on with your left hand. So say we'll start on 5th fret of the G string, so that's a C. We're going to hammer onto the D, so 2 frets above. So you don't pluck with your right hand. And you have to kind of try and have an even sound, so the same volume as if you were plucking. So try that. C to D. So the hammer on and the pull off. Now we're pulling off from the D to the C. So what you actually do, if you keep the C down already, so the bottom note you keep down, and this finger you sort of pluck. So I'll show you here. So pluck with your right hand for the first note, and then so you're really plucking with that finger there. So a hammer on and a pull off. Actually easier to play it faster. So a great bass line that uses hammer on and pull offs at the same time is Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Again, if you're interested in learning that, the whole bass line, then let me know, leave some comments below, and I'll do a lesson on that one as well. So for the hammer-ons, just practice trying to have the same volume as if you were plucking. And you can go along, practice that, move up a fret. And then the pull-offs. Again, try to keep the same volume. And practice on all strings. So just make exercises up for yourself, just practice on all the strings. So that covers hammer-ons and pull-offs. So next we're going to look at vibrato. Now a great bass line, if you don't know it, is the bass line from 11th Commandment by Chuck Mangione, live at Hollywood Bowl '78. So the bass player is Charlie Meeks. So his nickname was Meat Man Meeks. So I'm gathering he was maybe he was a big guy, I don't know. But anyway, the bass line's fantastic. If you listen from about minute 12 seconds onwards, there's just fantastic solo bass, and the quality and you know the quality of the bass is absolutely brilliant. So 78, and the sounds excellent. I think it's rare just to hear that kind of prominent bass, to hear it that easily, really, from that time. Anyway, check that out. So to get that vibrato, he's just moving his finger, so sort of finger like that, up and down. So he's using vibrato quite a lot. I'd say it's quite unusual, but it sounds really lyrical. It just gives it a great interesting sound. So if you just practice, so say we'll go for, that's 11th fret on the D string. You just try that. So play a straight note and then just use vibrato. Do slow, fast. So to practice that, we'll just use the first few notes of that bass line. So on the A string, if you go for the 13th fret, that's the B flat. And then on the D string, if you go for the 11th and the 13th fret. And then down to the 11th fret on the A string as well. So actually those 4 notes. So I want you to put vibrato when you get to the 11th fret of the D string, put some vibrato on that note, and on the last note as well. So that will help you practice your vibrato. So you just try that out in some different bass lines and see how you get on with that. Last of all, we're going to look at note lengths. So if you want a bass line sound funky, you can play shorter notes. If you play it all long, it doesn't kind of drags a little bit, you know. I mean, there's obviously situations where you want long notes, ballads, stuff like that. But if you want a funky bass line, so that bass line wouldn't be the same if you didn't have all those short notes. So just doesn't sound nearly as funky. So So if you go away and try to put some shorter notes into your bass lines, if you want them to be a bit more funky, have a listen to other bass players, have a listen to some recordings, work out what they're doing, and you'll notice there's a combination of both, longer and shorter notes, and that really changes the feel, gives it a bit of bounce if they're shorter. So that's 5 techniques for you to go away and practice. It'll definitely pimp your bass lines up if you incorporate those. Lots to think about, lots to get on with. And then the main thing really is to listen. So you just listen to great bass players you like, see what they're doing. There's hundreds of things that you can incorporate yourself. If there's anything you want any help with in this video, then please get in touch with me, leave a comment below, or get in touch at info@gregsbassshed.com. If there are any other lessons that you want me to do, please let me know that as well. Any subject matters, I'm happy to cover anything. Any classic songs you want bass lines from, just let me know. I also teach by Skype, so if you look below in the description, there's a link there where you can pay for Skype lessons, or you can just email me and we can chat about that. see what your aims are, we can see what level you are, and I can do a bespoke course for you. If that's something you're interested, get in touch with me, and definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any bass lines coming out, and share that with anyone you think might be interested. Great, thanks a lot. This is Greg from Greg's Bass Shed. See you next week.